Okay, who has ever thought about going AI and getting your business built faster? I have one man that can tell you how to do it. His name was Michael Fielden. And
That's me.
That's me. Not me. Him. Beautiful, handsome man right there. Guys, we're going to have a great show. He's going to walk you through how to use AI and really, really use prompts. So
wait, Greg, there's more.
There's more.
And I actually, y'all know, for those of you that have watched the show, I love throwing Greg off every chance I get.
It really does.
So we're actually going to start this a little bit different, Greg. I want to have a conversation for anyone that is working with investors. Greg, do you work with investors?
I do, actually.
In the city of San Francisco. Okay. If you are working, really, this should be a threat to everyone in the state of California. But Greg, San Francisco, can you believe it? They changed the rules again.
No.
And
tell me more about San Francisco.
Tell you more. Did you know that they have announced this year's security deposit interest rate?
Keep going.
So if you have a tenant for over 1 year, you are now responsible for paying them interest on any deposit that they have on your property.
Wait, okay. Are you being serious?
I am being very serious, Greg. And this year, for those of you that don't know, it is 5%. Bum, bum, bum. Wait a minute, Greg. There's more.
There's more. My goodness gracious, great balls of fire.
Where are you going to earn 5% on their deposit?
I actually just invested in different products that I can get more than 5%. Yes.
At risk.
At risk. Everything.
Okay.
Of course.
And not always liquid because it's at risk.
Of course.
So what's interesting, Greg, is that most high yield savings accounts are under 4% right now. So if you want to put your money in a safe spot so that your tenant's security deposit is not at risk, you are now going to have to pay your tenant money on that deposit that you're not making.
What?
It's crazy, isn't it? Freaking crazy.
Walk me back through that comment, because I mean, in 26 years of doing this, I know San Francisco is banana cakes when it comes to real estate pricing and renter rules and everything else. But what the heck are you talking about?
So if you are a landlord in San Francisco right now, you have to pay your tenant that has been with you for more than a year interest on their deposits.
Huh?
And the interest amount this year has been set at 5%. And you'll notice, if we zoom in a little bit here so people can see it, this is effective March 1st through February 28th, 2026. Okay, now, Greg, I'm sure that you and I can agree that Goldman Sachs is a pretty reputable bank, correct?
Well, they're a bank.
Enough. Yeah. Their high yield savings account rate is, bam, 3.65%. So if you are a tenant who has been there for more than a year, it's actually advantageous that you give more of a deposit to your landlord if you live in the city of...
Sorry, I just took that off.
Sorry. That's okay. If you live in the city of San Francisco. And I think this is going to become more popular in months to come in other cities and throughout the state of California.
What the heck?
So they're kind of making it crazy to be a property owner in San Francisco.
Yeah, the funny thing, Michael, about this is that a lot of the folks that I deal with, almost 90% of them are moving out of California based upon this conversation. Because you can't win. I mean, you're literally losing on every thinking level. So where would you go if you're an investor?
Well, I still think real estate, you're getting the advantage of leveraged money, right? You can buy property and you can leverage that to realize the gains. However,
Wait, hold on a second.
in
We gotta
recent,
talk. We gotta talk about gains really quickly.
Mhm.
So if you're gonna have a gain, there would have to be a downside that you can have an upside on. And so, where would you find those deals?
Well, I think the downside right now is the market is trending down and there is exposure. And the other downside is that it is a longer term investment.
Okay, describe a longer term investment. Are we talking 6 months, 6 years,
10
12
years, 10 years, maybe more.
Okay, so walk me through your thought pattern really quickly so I can understand this.
So, in order to make money investing in real estate, you've got to either flip, buy a house that needs a rehab, buy it low, do the rehab for.
But that's not that's very traditional. But like, what's new and different?
What there isn't anything new and different. The model hasn't changed. How have your investors been investing in real estate? They're either flipping or they're long-term buy and hold.
I agree with that thought pattern 100%. And it really depends. I had a conversation with an individual the other day in regards to this. And they're like, dude, I just made X amount of dollars on this property at this location. And
Great.
I made a schmacker schmauzers of cash. I'm like, cool. How long did you hold it? And this individual said, I held it for 2 years. I'm like, no, okay, that's a pretty good hold.
That's a pretty good hold, but that's pretty lucky too.
It is very lucky.
In this day and age, it is. But hey, Greg, we are going to try to keep this one on to that 40 minutes or less. So we're going to jump over into this other discussion that we have. And
but
Greg,
I still want to say you look very handsome with your new haircut.
Thanks. I did that just for you.
I appreciate that. I know you're full of bullshit, but thank you.
Yep. And I was going to wear my new hat representing Watsonville, California, which is where my wife is from and where Taylor's hot dog stand is. Shout out to Taylor's hot dog stand.
Dude, you got to go full screen on that one.
It's Taylor's, baby. Taylor's hot dog stand. Now, for those of you that don't know, Taylor's hot dog stand is a very mediocre hot dog in the city of Watsonville, but it has been there for ages, and it's like a $3 hot dog with everything, which is chili, onions, mustard, and relish. They don't have ketchup. They don't have anything else, so you could take things off, and it's a little tiny skinny hot dog and a little tiny bun that's everything steamed, but it's been there so long, it's like a classic, right?
My grandparents had a well, they passed, but we were in Salinas, so Watsonville is very, very close to me.
Yeah,
I would love to go there and get this hot dog because you know what, the good classic stuff like understanding real estate, understanding mortgages, understanding a great hot dog, a great business, and a great neighborhood.
Yep.
I can't get any better. So tell me more about this place.
It's just a hot dog. It's got 3.5 stars on Yelp, which is probably pretty good. It's been there for like 80 years. And
but it's a hot dog stand. I mean, what the I'm not going to say the F word.
Yeah.
But what the heck? I mean, how can you not get better than that? It's a hot dog stand. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, it is. But, the other thing to remember is it's Watsonville, so it gets a lot of traffic because Watsonville is a small town.
It is, and I actually used to drive through Watsonville all the time, going from San Francisco to LA. And dude, I've never stopped there, but I'm 100% gonna do it now. But let's talk about these AI prompts.
Wait, I can't. I was gonna try to share I can. Here we go. This is what it looks like. Boys and girls, it is a hot dog drive-in.
No this place.
No tables, no chairs.
I know this place. Yes.
They serve Pepsi products, and now they sell $20 baseball caps in, as Greg said it,
looking good, brother.
Political red. So we're not going to wear that one today because we are not political on this show. We're about all kinds of things. No, we're not. And with that, we're going to talk about AI prompts for real estate. So Greg and I had the idea last night of doing a show on how to create video for real estate. And I started down this rabbit hole doing that. And I got a call from a realtor friend of mine and then another call. And these were all about AI prompts, and that I had told them to do something and they just didn't get how to do it. So what we're going to start with before we go into video in next week's show, we're going to talk about AI prompts for real estate. And I want you to know that there is an advantage for those of you that are willing to watch the show. You can go to REGeeks.com, view today's show, and there will be a link to this presentation. And let me tell you why you're going to want the link. I have given you pages and pages and pages of setups for AI prompts. So we're going to talk about that.
Describe that more for me. When it comes to, and this is me just talking, when it comes to a prompt, and we've done this on the show before.
Yep.
And I struggle with this on a daily basis. Like, how do I create a prompt? How would you do that?
I'm going to show you
what you've already created.
I'm going to show you.
Okay, good. Show me.
That's easier. So real quick, we're going to talk about how to automate routine tasks, improve communications and marketing, and unlock data insights and strategy. These are 3 really key ways that you can use AI in your real estate business. This even means you, Greg. Okay. We're going to start by prompt categories. Okay. Client communications. We're going to talk about that. Property marketing and listing creation, market analysis, and deal structuring. I love deal structuring, Greg, and you're going to like that one too. Okay. Client communication. You have personal real estate assistant prompts. Turn AI into your assistant. I'm not just telling you to do that. I'm going to show you in just a minute. Create custom responses for client types. And finally, you can use examples like act as my personal real estate assistant. You can drive ChatGPT to be your personal assistant.
All right. So hold on. We're going to play this just for fun, just because we can. So I'm going to go to chat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Give me something I can tell the prompt. Just basic.
Here we go. Now up on the screen, I've got sample prompts for you. So you can use any of these prompts to turn this into your AI, into your assistant. Okay. Generate a personalized email template to a potential client who has shown interest in properties similar to, and then in what city.
Okay. And by the way, guys, you can download all this information for free.
Yep. Right on REGeeks.com. Now, the other thing I want to tell you is you can look at, we say property similar to property type in location. I don't actually write the prompt this way. I say generate a personalized email template to a potential client who has shown interest in properties similar to the attached MLS printout. And I print out the MLS and I upload that document, so I don't have to type anything more, and it knows the basics, and it's going to create a letter.
What do you upload? So you go to MLS?
I create a PDF. I go to MLS listings and create a PDF, or go to NAR RPR and create a property report. Okay, you can get that data anywhere.
Okay, so Michael, you and I have been friends for over 25 years and change.
Yep.
I'll tell you one thing. This is awesome. Because that literally changes how you do your business, because you go from like 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever else. And that's only 2 prompts, guys and gals. And now all of a sudden you have this. And so, Michael, I'll let you keep going, but I'm astonished.
Let's go down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go to 6 here. Generate a list of 10 engaging conversation starters. Greg, you and I have talked about forward all the time. Some people struggle with that. So you can now have AI generate 10 engaging conversation starters to use when meeting potential clients at open houses or property showings. Okay. And while you're sitting there waiting for the next guy to show up, you can go through those. You can provide 5 ideas for targeted Facebook or Google ads to attract potential clients looking for, and then upload your property or put it in here. Okay, you want to write a blog, you want to have an about me section. All of these things can be done easily with AI. Okay, now it gets better, Craig. It gets better because we have more.
Literally,
okay.
We've known each other forever. I am rubbing my forehead. Nobody can see me.
Now you want to create sample prompts to enhance client communications. Draft a series of 5 email templates for keeping clients informed throughout the buying or selling process, including property updates, market insights, and next steps. And Greg, I've argued this with you a few times. There is nothing new in the real estate industry. There is new construction, but the processes that we go through, the processes that are successful, what Tom Ferry, Brian Buffini, Greg McDaniel, Michael Fielden, what we all preach to you is do the things that work. Get belly to belly, follow the standards, because those are the things that have been proven to work. Okay, if we go down to 6 again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, draft a 300-word blog post addressing common client concerns and questions during the real estate process, offering reassurance and expert guidance. Okay.
I got to stop you right here. I have to stop you. That is probably one of the best things I've ever heard.
This is,
unbelievable.
And Greg, I really meant to hit 7 here because this is 2025. Number 7, create a series of 3 text message templates for providing quick updates and reminders to clients about important deadlines or events. Okay, everyone should be doing this.
Okay. Now you got me hooked. Tell me more about this, because this is incredibly intriguing.
So, same thing as before. What we're doing is we're prompting it to do the things for us that we should be doing. You know, I hate sending people text messages.
Walk me through that for half a second.
Okay, so you're in a transaction. Let's say you're working with a buyer.
Okay, buyer.
Okay.
I'm the buyer, you're the seller or agent.
Let's say that I'm the agent for the buyer. And let's say that we are early in the transaction. And I have a buyer who is pre-qualified, the kiss of death, hasn't shown proof of funds, doesn't really have it all together, and isn't really sure what they can afford. I've asked them a dozen times for that. Now I'm going to create a series of 3 text messages that I can send them over the next 72 hours to poke the bear and get them to get pre-approved.
Okay.
AI is going to generate those, and all I have to do is send them. And it's going to create this flow. And you may think, oh my God, that's, simple. Those of you in the audience, it is simple. But if you're not doing it now, or you're not sure what it should say, get AI to help. I'm not saying you have to use what goes out there. right? Greg, you might just use it as a template, as a structure, as a way for you to think. But there's nothing wrong with that.
No, there's nothing. And
Okay.
it's incredibly powerful because you have something to build off of.
Yeah. So now let's say you got a listing. Boom, boom, boom. We need that sound. Do, do, do.
Boom, 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 boom.
Okay. We're going to help you generate property descriptions. If you're not already doing this, you're crazy. Okay. Use it to help you generate property descriptions. Email, ad copy, virtual prompts for staging, virtual tours, all of those things. And here we go. Because I know everybody wants it. It's one thing for me to say
that came from the prompt? Or
no,
prompt?
These are sample prompts.
But this is actually something that an agent can use?
Yeah. All you got to do is type this in. And you can find this on REGeeks.com after today's show.
Guys, I've been doing this for 26 years. And I'm reading through this stuff right now. And I am literally blown away.
Yeah. Okay, so one of the ones that Greg and I stumble with, number 4. Okay, Greg, generate a list of 20 relevant and popular hashtags to use when promoting a property type listing on social media. Okay, amazing. Okay, when we put our videos out there, I tell AI to generate a list of hashtags separated by comma, delivered to me in text, and not to exceed 500 characters. Okay, so all I have to do is verify, copy and paste. Okay, all of that you can do easily. And, when I ask, do you use AI? Do you use these tools? Tom Cunningham to the table says he does in Chicago. And you know what's going to separate Tom from everybody else? Tom uses AI. They don't. They're working harder to get the same results. Okay. Next, we're going to talk about market analysis and investment valuation. Okay. How do you compare comps? How do you forecast trends? Estimate ROI with AI assistance. Okay. Here's some prompts for marketing. Analyze the current real estate market trends in location for property type and provide a 500-word summary of key insights and pricing strategies. Okay, where else can you go and get that without doing work? Nowhere. The last one, provide a template for a neighborhood market report. Dun-dun-dun! Wouldn't you love to have content that you could send out to your customers that you don't have to go source that information over and over again?
Well, not just customers. It would be for, like put it on social media and stuff like that. Yep. And look like a genius.
Okay. And I told you guys in the beginning, these are starting points. So let's look at that last prompt one more time, Greg. And I'm telling you, type in, provide a template for a, quote, neighborhood market report that highlights key market statistics, trends, and insights for the San Francisco Bay Area, period. Give me this template
provide
in a format that is easy to read, professional, and doesn't use any terms that might be confusing for my customers. Give me this output in a format that I can copy and paste into my newsletter. Boom. That's what you're going to get right away. You can even narrow it down. Provide a 500 word or less template. All of those things are right here for you. Okay, so keep hanging on because it's going to get better. Deal structuring and negotiation. Okay, a lot of people are using this to do true day-to-day things. Build me a description, send an email, rewrite this letter. Okay, but you can use it for creative financing. You can use it for strategy, negotiation playbooks. I'm going to give you a great example. So I use this all the time with my buyers. Okay, you have a client that's purchasing a $750,000 home and is financing $600,000 over 30 years at 7%. Okay, they want to get a deal. They want to feel like they're getting a deal. Okay. They want to negotiate the price. And everybody's first thing is, let's go in and ask for money off. Let's take money back. Okay. Sometimes you're better off asking the question differently or proposing, hey, give me $15,000 off, or buy down the rate on my mortgage if that's a possibility. And you're already going to know, because you programmed this in to ChatGPT, you're going to know what the answer is. Okay, what's the better deal for my client? Boom, whoops, here's the answer. The two offers compare. Option number one, seller buys down the rate to 6.5%. Your monthly payment, $37.92.41. Total paid over 30 years, $1.365267. Okay, pretty good analysis. Option two, I reduce the purchase price by $15,000. We make the assumption that that's coming off the loan, not off the $150,000 that your client was putting in. Their payment now becomes a little bit more, $3,892, and their total investment becomes 1.4 and change. Okay. Taking the rate buy down to 6.5% is the better financial deal. Okay. It saves $100 a month, $99 and change, and $35,000 over the life of the loan. Okay. Pretty good analysis, right?
Now makes that is.
You never do that one? I do this all the time, but wait.
Oh, no, what I like about this is that is line item, base point, like no bullshit, BS, excuse me. But it's terrifying what it can do.
Okay, so but
I like
wait,
it.
Before you get excited about this,
oh Jesus,
this is what I typed into ChatGPT. Okay, this is exactly what I typed in to get this, but that wasn't enough.
Oh God.
ChatGPT says to me, let me know if you'd like to factor in how long your client expects to stay in the home. That can change the answer if it's a shorter term hold.
Get out of here.
So I said, wow, okay. What if I actually asked it, what's the term where it becomes better to take the money? And the interest rate buy down to 6.5% becomes financially advantageous after approximately 151 months. If your client plans to stay in the home longer than 12 and a half years, the rate buy down is a better choice. If they expect to move or refinance, the $15,000 price reduction may be smarter.
What the farting niggles?
Okay. This is interesting. And
you think?
I have a hard and fast rule for buyers. Marry the house, date the rate.
Mm-hmm.
So if you feel like 7% is going to change, it's going to drop, you're going to refinance. Keep in mind that if you're going to refinance in 12 and a half years or less, you want to take the money. Okay, so you got to think time is a huge factor in home ownership. But with refinancing, time is the factor of the loan, not of the total investment in the house. Agreed? All right.
Totally fascinated about this.
Yep. Okay. So when you go to create these, I want you to think about how you're going to use these prompts.
Well, prompts are a very interesting thing because, you and I have talked about this offline 100 times, and I just cannot wrap my brain around how to do it correctly. And I think a lot of people are like that. So I'd love to have that conversation.
Well, there is no incorrect.
Well, there's an incorrect 100%.
If you are not getting the right answer, then it's important to focus on generating a prompt that asks the question.
So it's like going to a restaurant and you're like, I would like a Greek salad with a bowl of soup with a glass of water.
Okay.
And if you say it wrong, then it doesn't come out right. Is that
So sort of, but let's look at this. Okay. Greet and define your goals. What are you trying to do? I am trying to create a real estate prompt to help me what? Okay. To help me send an email to a client. Okay. In this case, is there a location and budget? Okay. Are there insights and comps? So in this prompt example, we're actually, if we go back,
would you upload information, or would you just
you could do either one. So this prompt structure is about deal structuring and negotiation. Okay. So you're going to talk about, in deal structuring, you're going to define the goals. My goal here is to find out which is the best property for my client. My client's budget is 1.5 million and he would like to be in the San Francisco East Bay area. He has already looked at hundreds of properties, and I am uploading 3 comps that he is considering purchasing based on his budget and goals. I am recommending that he renovate these properties to get them up to current effects, and there is, as of yet, no estimate on what those renovations will cost. Compare these 3 properties and give me an idea of how deals will look if the interest rate is interest only 5 years at 8.5%. Okay, now it's going to go in and create that little bit of information for you. But all I'm doing is telling you what you already know, and I'm just trying to get to the answer that I want to get to.
Okay, so tell me more.
That's it, baby.
That's it?
That's the secret sauce. It's not hard. Now, prep and staging, for example. Okay, this is something that most agents struggle with. Okay, so how helpful is number one for most agents? Provide a comprehensive checklist of tasks for preparing a property for sale, including cleaning, decluttering, repairs, and staging. Okay, boom, you've got a checklist. Okay, super easy. Next one, suggest 10 cost-effective staging tips to enhance the appearance and appeal of a property type to potential buyers. Now, what I find very interesting is my mom is in a small town just outside of the Bay Area. We have Sacramento, Central California. In those areas, they don't stage. It's just a naked home. Because in my mom's case, the properties are staying on the market, a year to 18 months. You don't want to stage that. Yeah. We've been looking at some stuff that's been on the market 277 days. And that's the norm.
Okay.
And it's so funny because these houses here, when you go to talk to your $2.5 million listing about a price drop, you're talking $50,000 or $100,000. I get notifications that a property in some of these towns that we're looking at, it's like, ooh, they had a $5,000 price drop.
You're like, what the heck are you talking about?
I'm like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So going on to the next one here, because we just love getting through this. We're at 34 minutes. We can also design creative deal terms, risk mitigation, script creation. Okay, practical use case examples, first-time buyer scenarios, investors, deal modeling. Okay, AI outputs of listings, analysis, and scripts. All of this you can do. Okay, for referrals and partners. Okay. How many deals?
What I want you guys to really understand here right now are these prompts. Copy, paste, put them into chat or any other AI. But I will guarantee you, because I've done this with what he has provided, they are phenomenal when it comes to, kind of like generating a thought pattern. So you start with the first prompt, then you generate more thoughts and you ask it more. It is incredibly awesome. So use this. Please go use this.
Greg, I just want to keep reminding everybody that these are foundations. Doesn't mean follow it just like this. I mean, if we take the first one, generate a script for asking satisfied clients for referrals, online reviews, and emphasizing the value of their support and feedback. Okay, when I do something like this, I would say generate 5 scripts for asking satisfied clients for referrals and online reviews. And then I would be specific. Online reviews for Zillow and Google, because those are the places you want them to write an online review.
Yeah, but everybody can write a good review. So how do you write a good review?
Dun, dun, dun. Go in and ask ChatGPT. I have a client that's satisfied. He bought a house in, Marionville and, wants to write me a positive review. Give me 10 examples. Okay. And what I often do when I am asking people that I am comfortable with is I give them 3 reviews.
But here's the question. And I'm not trying to cut you off. My apologies. But I'm so curious to hear your thought pattern on this is, okay, so you and I live in ABC, USA, nowhere, right?
Yeah.
And I want to sell my house.
Yep.
How in the heck am I going to compare your comment to my comment in XYZ USA?
Greg, did you watch the master prompt episode we did a few weeks ago? You're going to have that master prompt in there, and it's not about comparing.
I'm going to shoot you in the face with this shotgun. And that's metaphorical and not physical.
I'm not worried.
Two buddies hanging out, having fun. But it's really interesting in regards to like comparing. So I'm in Northern California. So
let me interrupt you for a second.
Sure.
Let me ask you this question.
Sure.
When it comes to whether you did a good job servicing your customer, is price really important?
To them, it is. Yes, 100%.
Is it?
Yes. For me, it's not. It's because 2 reasons. One, the client is always right in regards to pricing. So if they want to accept that price, so it's like if you want to buy a loaf of bread, then you can buy a loaf of bread for $1.99. Just, random numbers. Selling your house, my parents here I'm not going to say where it is, but here in Northern California, they're renting their house for $18,000 a month, and they will not take $14,000. And I asked my father, I'm like, why would you not take $14,000? He's like, because it's worth more. So it goes back to this kind of thought pattern. What's the value?
Yeah. Okay. But most clients don't put price first, and especially when it comes to a review.
Which type of client, though?
But when it comes to a review, nobody's going to say, Greg got me the $1.8 million that I asked for and not the 1.75 that my client, that the buyer was offering. the reviews are going to come out and you can write them in AI. And it's going to be generic enough that people don't need the price as part of the review. All right. We're getting close to we're at that 40 minutes. So we're going to power through the last little bit here.
Let's do it.
Best practices. Be clear with your goals. Okay. If you are wishy-washy about what you expect to get, you're going to get crap. Okay. Match the tone to the audience. Is this professional? Is it fact-driven? Is it happy? Is it, related to farms? Put that tone in there. Add constraints.
Can we go back to goals really quickly?
Uh-huh.
So being clear on goals, what would you define as your clear goal?
I want to get a 500 word or less review from my client. I would like to provide them 3 examples. So 500 words or less, give me 3 of them that highlight the transaction period. These clients represent sellers, and you go through and you stage in the San Francisco Bay Area, right? Because those things are all important, and you just be clear. Boom, boom, boom. If I had just said, hey, I have a customer that bought a house or that, was involved in a real estate transaction, you're wishy-washy, you're going to get crappy results. Okay. Add constraints.
Is obvious. Okay, good.
The constraints here are the same thing, right? San Francisco Bay Area, buyer, seller. Those are the constraints. And iterate exactly what you're hoping to get. More words aren't always better. When it comes to AI, more concise prompts generally produce better results.
Say that again, because I think that's something that me personally do not understand. So less words are better than more words. Is that what I just heard?
Better words are better than not good words.
So what does better words mean?
Facts.
Okay, so tell me about facts.
You need to educate AI. I have a seller. Boom. They live in the San Francisco Bay Area. Boom. These are facts. I have a guy interested in real estate. That's not really something that it can go on, right? Tell it you're an agent. Tell it the area.
So you want to be hyper specific on every level.
You want to give it enough information to give you the answer that you want.
So it's like dating, but in AI. You
Yes.
want to say, hey, look, I like a brunette with blue eyes, with this body type, and I want to have blah blah schmackers, so on and
100%.
so forth. And then you go into the dating sites, and all of a sudden, all these individuals pop up.
Yep. Summary benefits, Greg, real quick. Save time, improve client satisfaction. That's a big one. Enhance your marketing. AI is going to produce better marketing results than you can. And scale analysis. Look at how your business grows, what it takes to get to the same place. Let's suppose that you're doing all of this. Make sure that you test the prompts. Make sure that the prompts are giving you factual information. Don't put in a prompt, copy what it says, and send it off without reading it. Okay, I have so many clients that I work with that just send stuff off willy-nilly. It's not perfect. And make sure you track the results, refine your prompts, reuse prompts, save prompts. Okay,
you should go to REGeeks.com and you can get all the prompts you want.
Yep. We also have Support Geeks. If you need help doing this and you want one-on-one training, this is how you're going to do it. You're going to call up Support Geeks, go to supportgeeks.com, and we are going to help you. We know your business and your industry. If you have a few more weeks and you want to get even more education and coaching, Living the Business is coming. Greg McDaniel is going to be training you on how to make money in real estate. If you're making $1 million, he's going to help you get to 2 million. If you're making 2 million, call me. I need some money. If you are just starting or you want to know more about AI and these tools, Greg and I are going to help you. I am going to help you with the technical side of things, and Greg is going to help you put what I teach you into action, because action is what creates money.
Guys,
in your pocket.
I've been doing this for 26 years. I'm not going to make $1 off of you. I want to hang out and kick it with you and help you build something. Michael has the same exact mindset. So if you doubt us, I guarantee you, I challenge you, DM me. Let's have a conversation. Let's go deep on this stuff, because you know what? The number one thing, my old podcast, Real Estate Uncensored, was based around the fact of the uncensored part to take away the veil of all the information for folks in the interest in industry, so you can make money. Michael and I are doing that right now. I mean, with REGeeks, he is a tech master when it comes to this stuff. I'm just a lowly real estate agent who's gotten trained by by incredible trainers. And I just want to make you guys in your life more easy. And that's not correct English. I understand that. That's very bad, language. I want you to not go through what I've gone through. And all you have to do is pick up the phone. I will have a conversation with you at no cost. And let's put money in your pockets, man. It's that simple. And then I connect you with all the people that I know.
Okay. 47 minutes, 40
I'm in the
seconds.
middle of something right now, sir.
You're getting too deep. 47 minutes, 45 seconds.
All right. Okay. I'll summarize it. Bitches, pick up the phone, call me. Let's have a conversation, because I want to make you rich. End of story. Boom, done.
There we go. Greg at REGeeks.com, Michael at REGeeks. Everyone, thank you for stopping by to watch. It is an honor to be here for you guys. It's July 8th. I will be posting today's video with the PowerPoint so that you have access to these prompts, and we are super excited to share this information for you. And I personally do in Chicago as well. I want to take the train to Chicago. I personally am thankful for every one of you that watches this show, and encourage you to like and subscribe everywhere you can. Greg, sign us off, baby.
All right, guys. Hey, you guys are amazing human beings. I love you. Every piece of you. I love you. And if you guys like anything about this, you know what? Give us a shout out. Give us a like. Give us a comment. And at the end of the day, if you don't do that, that's totally fine. But here's the biggest thing. Go and share one piece of information to somebody that you talk to on a daily basis, and just say, hey, look, I learned about Kushmush, and then bring their business up so everybody survives on a better level. So that's where we're going to take it away. Michael, I got to tell you, you look fantastic with your new haircut.
Haircut, baby.
Yeah.
And my hot dog hat. All right, Greg.
Give me the hat. All right, there we go. And we'll see you guys on the next show. Until then, peace out, ninjas. Love you.
Peace out.
Love you.